don't plan my days around my baby's schedule. And in today's video, I'll explain why and also share how that works practically for me. Hi, I'm Heidi and welcome to my channel Nurturing Motherhood, a space for young moms to be encouraged amidst the demands of parenting young children. First, I will share the why. Why don't I structure and plan my days around my baby's schedule? Well, first, my husband and I talked pretty early on in our parenting journey about how we wanted to foster a family-centered culture in our home. Our son is obviously a very important part of our family, and a lot of times because of his age, he's only 10 months old, so a lot of times his needs do take precedence. However, as much as possible, we want our son to learn that he is a part of our family and that the needs of everyone in our family, him as well as my husband and I, and any future children that we have, all matter. And also, as a homemaker, there's things that I need to get done each day, each week, to help our home run smoothly. There's also errands I need to run, appointments I need to go to, and thankfully, with a little creativity and some planning, I'm able to incorporate my son into a lot of these things. The second main reason that I don't plan my days around my baby's schedule is that I find baby-centered activities to get very boring very quickly. Things like reading baby books, singing baby or kids songs, or playing with toys with him. I enjoy doing those things for maybe 10 to 15 minutes at a time. And after that, I really need something different. And so I'll do it for small increments of time throughout the day. But for my own sanity and well-being as a stay-at-home mom, I know that it's also really important for me to incorporate things into our daily routines that I enjoy, that are life-giving for me, and things that I practically need to get done as well. Now I'll get into the how. How does this work for me practically? What does this look like? The number one thing for me is that I don't keep my baby on a very strict nap schedule. I keep him more on what I call a nap routine. My baby has a general nap routine that I stick with about 75% of the time. We're not out and about doing things all day, every day. So a lot of the times we are at home, and if I can reasonably work an errand or an appointment or get together with a friend around his nap times, I totally will, because I know that's good for him to have that routine. However, if there's an activity or something I really want to do that conflicts with his naps, I'll still go do it. For example, I have a mom group that meets every other week, and it falls right in the middle of his nap time. And so those mornings are a little bit different. And so sometimes he'll take a little nap before and then we'll go, and that works out fine. Sometimes he doesn't go to sleep before we leave, so he naps in the car on the way there. Sometimes he doesn't do either of those things, and he doesn't go down for his first nap of the day until after that event at like 11:30 a.m., which is obviously very late. But usually the event is so stimulating and interesting to him that he gets fussy at the end, but he kind of lasts throughout. And that's just so life-giving for me. And so he's gotten used to that routine of that event in particular. My son will nap on the go as needed. I will say he's a very good car sleeper, and so that's part of why this works for me. I do recognize though that not every baby sleeps well in the car, but this does work well for me and for my son. The second way that I don't necessarily plan my days around my baby's schedule is I think about the things that I really want to do, the things that are life-giving for me, the things that I enjoy doing. Things like going to the thrift store, going for walks, meeting up with friends. Those things fill my cup and help me feel rejuvenated amidst the demands of being a young mom. And so I try and find ways to make those happen with a baby. There's been times I've taken my baby to the thrift store in the stroller. I don't think I've ever done that in a baby carrier. I've definitely gone grocery shopping with him in the baby carrier. Now he's old enough, thankfully, to sit in the shopping cart, so that's really nice. It makes it a lot easier. I feel like that was such a big game changer. Sometimes those activities, because I'm bringing him along, sometimes they don't last as long as I like. Sometimes we've only been in the thrift store for 10 minutes and he is really cranky, and I can tell that he's just not going to be able to work through it, and so we have to leave early, and that's okay. I try and flow with him and pay attention to how he's doing, but within reason, I still try and go and do the activity. And if we have to leave early, we have to leave early. Something that I have noticed as I take my son to do activities that either I need to do or things that I really enjoy doing that I want to do, and I just bring my son along, I've noticed that I've become more comfortable and confident taking him to those things, to those places, and I've noticed he's gotten more used to it. It's become a part of his routine. For example, I go to the chiropractor periodically and I bring him with me. And I've been bringing him with me since he was 2 weeks old. And so it's part of his routine. He recognizes the place. He recognizes my chiropractor. Health-wise, it's good for me to go, and it's just good for him to experience those things with me. The biggest thing I've learned, and my biggest encouragement to you, is you think about ways that you can incorporate your baby into your everyday life and not feel tied down to your baby's schedule, is to recognize that babies just want to be with their parents. They just want to be with their caregivers. They don't really care what you're doing. They are so curious about the world. The littlest things that are mundane to us, that are boring to us, that aren't interesting, are so fascinating to them. Even things like doing chores, cooking, going and sitting outside in the grass, walking through the thrift store, looking at the overhead lights. Babies are so fascinated by those things. I've noticed that my son loves going to new places with me, most of the time, as long as he's not super overtired or cranky. And so it's so fun to watch him take those things in with such wonder and awe, things that I wouldn't really think twice about, that he's just so fascinated by. Of course, we're going to do baby-focused activities. I'm not saying that all day, every day, we're just doing things that I want to do. I definitely take into consideration things that he would like to do and things that are geared towards him and his specific development at his age. For example, we go to library story time pretty much every week, and he loves it. It's so fun, and I enjoy it because I get to see him just soak it all in, and it's not something that I have to come up with the ideas. Someone else has already done the planning, and I just get to enjoy it. But we don't do those things all day, every day, and we do a mixture of things that are specifically geared towards him and things that are specifically geared towards either what I need to get done around the house or what I want to do. As we wrap up today's video, let me know in the comments if there's something in this video that resonated with you. If this video was helpful for you, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.